Hi guys, Jurassic Junkie here and welcome to another episode of Start and Finish. And this week I've been playing Bioshock. And the best way to put it is go buy it. So thank you very much for watching guys. Cheers, bye. Now, this game is absolutely fantastic. Now, I was a fan of Bioshock 1 and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great, it was scary, it was eerie, everything was perfect about that game. And then Bioshock 2 came out, which I quickly brought, and I felt it was Bioshock 1 again. It was just the same old stuff. And I never completed it. Now, just with saying that, I can't obviously say my 2 cents if it was justified or not, but I just didn't feel compelled to complete the game. Well, with number 3 having a complete overhaul and Rapture being under the sea, and now they're changing it to actually be in the sky. Instead of actually splicing yourself now, you've got Vigors. Instead of having Adam to top them up, you've now got Soul. It just felt that they've changed it enough to justify it as a new game, and by God, was I right. Now, within Bioshock Infinite, you play as the character Booker, who has some debts with a particular person, and they've said if you actually go to Colombia and collect a lady by the name of Elizabeth, all debts will be cleared. And you start the game only knowing that information. Now, as soon as I started playing it, and you actually get to see the world, it's absolutely fantastic, to the point where I actually say it's probably the best looking console game that I've actually seen to date. Now, straight away I started walking around, and normally, at first I thought I would play the game where I'm just going straight with the story and I'm not actually wandering off and exploring the random shops and different rooms that you can actually get to, but I was quickly mistaken, because as soon as you start, you're actually at a carnival and there's lots of games that you can actually play and just have fun with. And I just started going around and just listening to people's conversation. I thought, brilliant, the game's got me. This is the game that I want, something where I actually go and want to explore the world. And then you meet Elizabeth, and the entire game is all about trying to get her to safety away from the mad people of Colombia. Elizabeth herself is actually a great character, because not only does she look great, the voice acting is amazing, and also her mannerisms and everything like that actually just makes her a believable, fleshy character. But she also brings a lot to the actual game. She has the actual abilities to make tiers into different dimensions. Now, you can actually utilise this in the combat. So for instance, if you're actually fighting against the enemies, you can get her to open a tier for something to actually shield you, or maybe an ammo crate. So she can't actually make things out of thin air, but if they actually exist in an alternative reality, she can actually bring them through. I think this is actually quite interesting game dynamic, and it just works really well. At the same time, she stocks you up with salts and ammo and stuff like that, and she does it at right times but not too often as well. So for instance, if you're actually in a good fight and you just run out of ammo, she'll shout Booker and actually throw you some ammo, and it's just brilliant. Whereas sometimes you'll be like, oh, I'm running out of ammo, and she won't be there to actually chuck it. So it just works perfectly having her run around all the time. And also it feels like she's leading the way, but at the same time she actually follows you. So if you're actually going somewhere, she'll be in front of you toddling along. But then if you go, now I want to go into that shop, as soon as you turn right, she'll stop and come with you. And if you stop, she actually looks around the environment, and it actually feels like she is a living, breathing character with you. Now, the combat in it is absolutely brilliant, because I love the enemies. They actually are dodging out the way all the time, and to start off with, obviously you're just fighting the odd people, then you get more and it gets a bit more, and then towards the end the battles get absolutely awesome, and every so often they're throwing like some mini bosses, and the boss fights in their area are just good and juicy, and I really liked them, and it was difficult to the actual point where I was at breaking point going, oh god, this is annoying, and then I realised I was doing it slightly wrong, and I changed my weapons, and then I managed to actually smash through the bosses, and it was just a good amount of everything. And then to finish it all off, the actual ending of this game is just beautiful. When I go into these games, I always go, you're going to hopefully have a nice ending and everything's going to be all sweet and rosy, but it starts to, the ending, the best way to put it, is actually about 25 minutes long, and it just pieces everything together and you just go, wow, at the end of it. So all in all, with this actual game, you've got a great story, brilliant characters, the actual combat is beautiful, the weapons are good to actually use, especially your abilities, how you've got simple things to actually fire crows at people and actually peck and kill them, and you can upgrade your abilities, so if they actually die they lay a nest for more crows, and that's obviously just one side of things. You could obviously be shooting fire, you can actually get people to lift up in the air, there's loads of different things to do, and the game is one of them ones where Bioshock 1, when I completed, I never felt like I actually needed to go back and do it again, whereas Bioshock, the second it was finished, I was upset, because I just felt like, one, I probably won't play a game as good as this in a long time, and two, I just wanted to be back in that world again. So I'm definitely gonna, well, I've put it on eBay to sell straight away just because it's actually worth some money, and I'm planning to get the actual collector's edition purchase so I can actually get that beautiful songbird, and to just go through and play it all again, because it's a magnificent journey from start to finish. The other thing I enjoy about this game is normally when I play these kind of games, obviously some of your abilities don't get maxed. The only way to max your abilities is actually to scavenge around the area, find all the different things to unlock, and I never really do that with games. Whereas this one, again, I didn't do it. I kind of pushed through, but did a fair amount of searching. I didn't just go straight to the end. But now I've actually completed it, I actually feel like I want to go back, I want to check every nut and cranny and actually make sure I've got everything in this game because I want to actually get back in that world because it's such an enjoyable environment. So that's made a very small and quick review because should you buy Bioshock Infinite? Yes, yes and yes. If you haven't got this game, you're missing out. If you haven't played the original Bioshocks, it doesn't matter. It kind of just lends itself to the story towards the end. It would definitely help if you have played a previous Bioshock, but there's no worry if you haven't, so definitely go out and buy this. Even at the full asking price at the moment, which is £40, it's definitely worth buying. It's a magnificent game. So that was nice and easy, and I am now on top of all my games. I've completed a fair amount in the past, but the games that I'm not too bothered about reviewing. So I was just wondering what game can I actually go through now and complete. And the next game I'm going to start is Adventure Time for the DS, giving a bit of Nintendo love there. Joe got me this for Christmas. I chucked it in for 5 minutes, had a quick play, did enjoy it, and then shelved it. So now I'm on top of my Xbox games, and there's nothing I actually want to purchase just yet. I'm going to go through and make sure I complete Adventure Time. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Cheers. Bye. Dog and Finn the human, fun will never end. It's Adventure Time.